Welcome. I'm Bev Adams. I own an independent paper crafting business showcasing products from Stampin' Up. I made this cute bag with products from Stampin' Up. I sell these products and also a few items to make crafting more convenient. I have the free detailed directions for this project on my website and also some links for the products that you might like. You'll see where to find all of that at the end of this video, so don't worry about taking notes. It's time to put stamps, ink, and paper together. I'm using the Splendid Day suite, and actually I think I'm using all of the whole suite. That includes Splendid Thoughts, Splendid Stems dies, and some other things I'll show you in a little bit. I'm using the decorative circle punch. My inks are soft suede and soft sea foam. Using the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And a hole punch. I got this from Stampin' Up, but this is retired, but probably about 1/8 of an inch. You could actually use a 1/4 inch hole punch if you need to. The base of this project is these embossed treat bags. These are really lovely. They've got this embossed, they're not quite glossy, but embossed cardstock, nice and sturdy. Inside the bag, I have put some envelopes and cards. These are from Sale-a-Bration. There are 2 designs of the card bases that are already printed, and all of the envelopes are the same. These are so gorgeous. You could just put them in the bag just as they are, but I will be stamping them a bit. I'll be using some of this gorgeous Splendid Day Specialty Designer Series paper. Just gorgeous. And I'm using this design. And if you look really carefully, you'll see a couple of little ladybugs in here. This is the other side of that one. So pretty. You could totally use this paper too. And this is a fun design that has the borders. And then so this is kind of I think that this is actually supposed to be soft sea foam, and then this looks coppery to me. This piece is cut 4 by 4, so you can get 9 pieces from one sheet of Designer Series paper. This soft sea foam is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, and you'll need 2 of those. I've already used the other piece to cut out these dies, and in my directions I have shown you which dies from the set that you will need. This cardstock will actually not fit through the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, so you have to cut it down to fit through. Then I've got a piece of fresh freesia, and this would be 5 1/4 by 4, which will give you more than enough for these 2 pieces. And you need some basic white, and this is really scraps. I think if you cut 8 1/2 by 1 1/2, you'll have plenty of space to go this way. I'm also using an open leaf trinket, and this is something else that comes in that suite. And some of this gorgeous seam binding ribbon. It's got kind of a sparkly sheen to it. I really love it. So we can go ahead and adhere the soft sea foam to the front of the bag. And I'm going to fold this back flat so it's easier to work with. And my square of Designer Series paper. And that can go directly on here. If you are stamping just one set, you can go ahead and stamp Sending Hugs. But if you're doing a lot of them like I am, you can set up your stamparatus. The best way to do this is to make yourself a template and just stamp it, putting these two stamps on here, stamp, and then cut these out, and then these become like a little puzzle piece. Even if this gets moved, you can decide exactly where it goes if you stamp this, and then you can put this in like a puzzle piece and put in sending hugs. Ink it with soft suede. Oh. And I very much like using the take your pick tool to pull these out. Two more. Next, I'm bringing in my two card bases, and you could certainly fit a lot more of these cards in the bag if you want. I didn't count how many you could fit in there. But you can see that I just put very quick stamping on here. And I didn't use the stamparatus for this. You certainly could. And then I can color these in. These are not, there was no attempt to make these exactly the same as the stamp. So don't bother trying to line it up. It's kind of freeing that way, I think. Then we'll put adhesive on our semicircles. You could certainly use this shape as a pot to hold your flowers. But I'm just putting it down here. You could pop these with dimensionals. I think I did on my sample. These can go directly into the bag. Then we just need to put our designs on. So I think that the easiest way to do these fine things, you could use the adhesive sheets, but if you just put some glue here, I'm going to put glue on the top of this piece and put it under this. So I want it down about here. And this one also is getting glue on the top, and it's going to go out this way. A little bit more glue, and put glue on the top here. And I think I'm putting these in different order here, but it's okay. Getting some green with the fuchsia. I didn't get all these pieces out, and I tend to do that as a rule, but I think I'm not going to this time. They add a little extra, I think. So now I'll put dimensionals on here. I am really wishing I had not put glue on there. Going to put this up at the top. And poke a hole. And I kind of want to have the hole over here because this will help kind of weight this down to get sending hugs more up and down. And we'll use that same hole punch on the bag, making sure not to punch a hole in your cards. Then I just need to lace the ribbon through, but I will tell you that these dental floss threaders, I think they're made for people who have braces, work really, really nicely for threading all these things. So I'm going to go through the embellishment, through our tag, through our bag, and then before I go all the way through, I'm going to slide this ribbon into there and pull it through. I think I should not have put the envelopes in yet. Makes it easier to get my hand in there. And then I'm going to tie a bow. And then we just want to kind of fuss with the bow a little bit, get it going the way I want it. And please notice that I left the ribbon attached to the spool because I'm saving myself a few inches of ribbon that I would be cutting off. Cards can go back in now. And that's it. Pretty quick and easy. If your tag doesn't hang the way you want to, you can always add a dimensional or a little bit of glue underneath, and it will hang the way you want. Here is the web address for this project, where you'll find the free directions and links for the products I used. You can click individual products or the Add All to the cart. You will be able to remove products you don't need or add more products. I have lots of resources on my website. Most of them are free. It's easy to miss some of those resources or to get lost exploring. Let me take you on a quick tour. Just under the banner image are 6 links. Under Shop, you'll find links to the products from Bev, shopping strategies, my frequent shopping points, and a sampling from the clearance rack. Under Inspiration, you can link to scroll all of my projects since 2011. The products may be retired, but you may be inspired by a layout, color combination, or a technique. I have the basics, where I've written about stamps, ink and paper, cutting, adhesives, and my favorite tools. You'll find a link to Techie Tips and an easy link back to my latest post. Click on Getting Organized, and you'll find some of my resources for stamp case slips, product labels, large labels for designer series paper, and more. Case inserts for dies, embellishments, and anything I think might fit in a stamp case, including ink refills. You'll also find color tools and charts, a practically free stamp pad storage solution, tabs and a quick reference for the annual catalog, and plans for toolkits. I have a video of my craft wall and more. click on Evernote Current Products and you can learn how to share my notebook. This notebook has a note for every current product from Stampin' Up! It allows you to search by color, image, product type, word, phrase, or event, and more. I include French, German, and Dutch names and numbers when available, and the prices for all the markets. Evernote synchronizes on your phone, tablet, and or your desktop or laptop computer, so you can look through the Stampin' Up! Catalog from anywhere, anytime. You can copy my notes for the products you own so you can find just what you're looking for. When products retire, I move them to the Retired Products Notebook, which I also share, and I host a notebook for Paper Pumpkin. Click on Sip Together and then Let's Stamp to come stamp with me or join my Sip Together team. There's also a link to learn a bit about me. The site map will help you navigate all these links from one page. And there are quick links along the side of my page. Shop Now takes you to my online store at Stampin' Up! You'll see the current host code. It would be a great help to me if you use that if you are ordering less than $150. You can click on the current catalogs to page through them online. And then there are my links to my 5 most recent posts. Thank you very much for stopping by and hope to see you soon.